Right, here we go. So these purple things here are to prick your ear to get some blood. Then we've got the lactate tester, plus the strips. And then
what paces would you start at? What's the
well,
idea
so the way we work it is there's some data there. There's some data there on what we've done previously, but you basically want to jump. The way we work it and the way we've done it previously is that you want to jump 0.5 of a K every single round,
per hour, yeah.
And it's a 5-minute round.
You want to be hitting your lactate threshold about 4 or 5. Really, is where you want to. We know our paces of where we kind of need to start, and we'll be in about this here. But you really, if you're doing it with somebody that's new, that you can maybe need a couple of tests to get it right of when you start. Because if you go above 7, it's really null and void, isn't it? Really, to be fair, because you're fatigued then. So. It's a great thing to be able to see. So it does show you here. All we do is you take that's your kilometers per hour, the speed, and then you take your heart rate as you go through. This is that's new there, obviously, isn't it? Because your heart rate shows how low. Niall's heart rate is normally about 20 beats per minute lower than mine. So as it shows you how low his heart rate actually is there for doing it, but then it shows that he's got a spike of 4.4. So on that there, whereas that test was probably. It was probably not that great, that test,
yeah,
was it?
It probably wasn't that accurate because it was on a treadmill in Bannantynes that I know for a fact probably, well, compared to this bad boy, this thing here, I jumped on this 340 pace and it felt like 325, so that tells you
this was the second test you done, was it?
No, that's your one.
Oh, that's my one.
That's
so it shows,
one,
so it shows my heart rate being high, but it shows that I've spiked here, like on number 5, which is 3.6.
That's like 320 pace, isn't it?
Aye, so it shows that I've spiked there, which is where you want to spike, to be fair. But my lactate was quite high right through that. But I think I'd done an interval session the day before that or something. So,
smart.
I can remember that going on, and my legs were sore, which I sore did as well. But it's going to be I'm interested to see. So we've got the full setup. We'll video doing the testing and the setup, and you can see exactly what
we'll run through it with you very briefly.
We have done this with a few other people as well, and we are going to offer the service to a lot more people because we've got all the setup here for it, and it's really like people, if you're wanting to improve your running and that there, you definitely need to know what your LT1 and your LT2 is to get all your running paces. Perfect for your different types of run, you know what I mean, like your intervals, your threshold running and your easy runs, because 9 times out of 10 people just run far too quick, you know what I mean. So but we'll see. Niall's he's going to go first, so he's going to get warmed up. So Niall's just in his warm up at the minute. He's going to do 10 minutes and then we'll take a wee bit of maybe a couple of minutes, 2-3 minute rest. So that's the first one we're going to do. So he finished his warm up, so he has. So he just showed me pick the bottom of the lug, push that in. .3, so he's nearly on the limit. It is 28 degrees in it, but you always see this high at the start.
What's my first one, John?
To be fair, 15.1 go for. So that's his warm up done. So you'll see again probably a spike on this one, and then it'll come down and then it'll come back up. So but that shows you exactly how we do the first one. So that's now coming to the end. There's got 10 seconds left on this first one. So this first one ran at 15.1. So might see a wee bit of a spike until it comes back down, but we should really. What's the heart rate at?
146.
146. So shows heart rate is quite high there, like, to be fair, because that just shows the heat. It's about 25, 26 degrees, isn't it? We're 3.5 on that. So you might see this drop back down. That's his first one. So he's got a minute rest and then he's back into it. What are you up to now? 15.6 kilometers an hour. So it'll be interesting to see if the heart rate does come back down, which just shows the condition. The gym we done it in last time actually is an air-conditioned gym, so it will be quite interesting to see. We've obviously got the doors open nice and wide, and the temperature in here probably is about 25 degrees, isn't it? 25, 26. The good thing about this is as well, we installed heating in here, so we did. I'll show you if I switch this here on, it should show you the temperature current temperature. So there, it shows you there. Outdoor temperature is 23. The room in here is at 26. So good thing about that is it allows us to retest, even if it's in the winter months or whatever. It allows us to retest. So it does at the exact temperature of 26 degrees, which is a bit of spice. The last test we done probably was probably about 18 or 19. All right.
5.3.
5.3. One could be 3.7. Heart rate is a big indicator, so it is on where you're at. How long? Heart rate is a big indicator on where you're at, because it does show here that his heart rate's getting quite high, so it should be very close to spiking here.
5 minutes.
Heart rate?
157.
157, so that shows you're well above where you were last time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
4.7, so we're starting to see this spike there. We'll do one more because we're quite early on the test, but that shows exactly 157 heart rate,
Yeah.
which is well up for you, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, way
So going off Niall's result, I was just saying to him, but he's had like even in his warm up, he was 3.3, and then do another one, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do one more.
Even in his warm up, he was 3.3 there, 3.6, 3.7, 4.7. So that could be to do with the temperature as well. He has had serious bad DOMs for the last 4 days as well, so that would indicate that he's probably fatigued, because that should really come. You've seen his previous test here, came right down to like the speed he's doing at the minute, or the speed he just done there, 16.1. He was at 145 and his lactate was 1.7. So it just shows you the difference there of, you know what I mean, what he's like, because he's probably not, to be honest, dropped away the fitness wise, but it's just could be to do with the heat and also being fatigued, which would indicate why these are all quite high and not came down.
Lactate, 459.
All right.
161.
161.
One here.
Dud test. But it just takes a wee bit longer to get it, but it shows his heart rate was at 161, wasn't it? So that's you probably right at your top, isn't it?
So yeah, that there definitely just solidifies how I was feeling. I knew straight away after the second set, these treadmills are absolutely bang on because they're brand spanking new. They're only about, just keep putting up. And obviously it's very warm in here, along with some fatigue, like John said. I did a session 4 days ago and I think I'm honestly more fatigued from that session than what I was fatigued after the T100. I've been sore, literally sore. I could only start walking yesterday and I did the session on Thursday. It's now Tuesday. So yeah, maybe not the best idea to be doing this then, but hey, at least it gives you a gauge, and it's actually quite interesting. For a lot of people would maybe think that this test is like a dud or a waste of time. At least it like shows how fatigued you actually can be if you do a hard session and you don't recover well from it. So yeah, John's just warming up now. It'll be quite interesting to see his results, because over the course of the training on the way up to World Champs, I was doing a lot more kind of slow stuff. Like a lot more like very close to my threshold. So like 7 minute, 8 minute intervals with short rest periods, whereas John was doing more like maximum 4 minute stuff. So his speed was very, very like high. He was doing like 3:15, 3 minute pace stuff, whereas I didn't touch any of those paces at all. One very interesting thing is, like John said, that he felt a real difference at the T100. It was an 18k run, and whereas I'd been doing like a lot of longer stuff, so the 18k for me was like, felt absolutely fine. But you maybe said that you felt a bit like you hadn't been training that stuff.
I definitely caught up with my big style, especially doing it was obviously 2.5, 3 hours before that run of exercise and then into an 18k. So if I was to go back and do the T100, I would definitely focus a lot more on longer intervals.
1.1. This is at 15.1 kilometers an hour.
0.65.
2.3. John on his first one. So these were on a completely different treadmill. You can see on his first one that his heart rate was 146 at 3.9 millimole, which is not very. It doesn't mean too much just now, but then there is 165 heart rate at 2.3 millimole at 15.1 kilometers an hour, which is just under sub 4 minute pace. So 2.5. Comfy.
Heart rate's getting up near it, like, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's showing that I could push a bit more in the
169
higher heart rate.
shows that I'm just seriously unfit right now. So good luck to all the boys in the elites, because yeah, maybe it's just over for me. With 3.8. So yeah, in conclusion for me, the test isn't wasted, but it's definitely not accurate on where I'm at. I'd say I'm carrying a fair bit of fatigue after that session last week, and you know, there's so many factors that you can play into it. But John's performs quite well in the heat, like you. John does a fair bit of sauna sessions. He does a minimum of 20 minutes every day. He can always sit in the sauna way longer than me, so you know, maybe there's people out there that can just cope with the heat a lot better. So in like an environment like today at 26 degrees in here, he's obviously able to not be affected too much by the heat.
181, so this should be going off field, not even looking at my heart rate there before. This should be me.
Alright, John's moved his up. He moved his up from 16.6 and then up again to 17.1, so he's missed one out. But based off of what you were there, 3.8 at 16.1, you're probably going to be over 4.
I probably would have been like 4.4, 4.5.
Right, and then at 17.1, he's 6.5 millimole, so he's well over. So, good test to get some zones, and then we'll retest again probably in the next couple of weeks when the temperature's down a bit. It'll be interesting to see the difference in results. So, stay tuned for that.